Hey everyone, I hope you're having a great day today. We are going to discuss the Constitution. So we're moving from the establishment of the Declaration of Independence, where the colony declared from their motherland they're ready to separate, cut ties, become an independent nation. But then the challenge is, how do we structure our government so we do not recreate an imbalanced society or something that is reminiscent of that monarchy? So the first thing I would like you guys to do is take out your pen and paper or whatever you would like to do to take notes. And we'd like to go through a couple of terms that are associated with the Constitution. So the first one is called principles. And principles are not unlike values, which we talked about in the past. Principles are basic ideas by which people lead their lives, similar to values. So principles are very important when it comes to setting a foundation or a belief system like the Constitution. So principles, basic ideas by which people lead their lives, similar to values. The next word is the separation of powers, or it's not a word, but it's a concept. Separation of powers is important with our Constitution because if you look up to the right, you have the three branches, right? We've got legislative, executive, and judicial. And the separation of powers is a way of dividing power among these three branches of government. So you'll see in the green box it says legislative. Okay, that's where you make your bills. That's the Senate and the House of Representatives. There's executive, which is the president, the executive, and the vice president. Then we have the judicial, which you can see is run by the Supreme Court, right? So in the separation of powers, Congress is the head of the legislative branch. So you've got Congress and you've got the Senate and the House of Representatives. Then the president is the head of the executive branch, and the Supreme Court is the head of the judicial branch. And the court systems are responsible for different functions, but each of them hold unique powers. And with these three balanced entities, we are looking for checks and balances, which is a system in which each branch of government is able to check or control the actions of others. So we put those checks and balances into place so nobody gets unequal power. So we don't want a president who starts to act like a king. We've got ways to rein him in through the legislative branch and through the judicial branch, for example. We have two more words that are important, and these words are particularly important for two assignments that are going to be this week. One is a Bill of Rights scenarios, and the other is your Constitution project. Constitution project on Friday. That's your summative. So the next word is, these are the ideals of the U.S. Constitution. I wonder if I didn't get the right file. Okay, we'll go over that at the end. So the ideals of the U.S. Constitution is there's limited government. A government can only do what the people allow it to do, meaning the government is for the people, it's given power by the people, and it needs to listen to the people. That's an ideal of the U.S. Constitution. The majority rules, meaning the more people that want something, they get the law, they get the rights, but minorities have rights. So even if you're not on the majority at the time, that doesn't mean we're not going to listen to you. You have every right to speak and present yourself. And then our Constitution believes that power is in the people, and that this is a way to give power to the government and keep power in the hands of the ruled. The goals of the U.S. Constitution are several. So remember, in the Declaration of Independence, we had the Federalists and the Anti-Federalists. Now we have these states coming together as one. So they'd like to form a more perfect union. They'd like to establish a system of justice that is fair to everyone. They would like to ensure domestic tranquility because they do not want civil unrest within their country. They don't want those divisions or things that came later like the Civil War, right? Provide for the common defense of the whole, the collective. So you know that the strength of the parts is always much more so than the individual. And they wanted to promote general welfare with this Constitution. They want to set up a system that's going to help everybody who's in the country. Lastly, the securities of blessings and liberty. So the first 3 articles of the Constitution talk specifically about the 3 roles. So outlines and roles of the responsibilities of the legislative branch is Article 1. Article 2 is outlines and roles of the responsibilities of the executive branch. Article 3 outlines the roles and responsibilities of the judicial branch. So now what you guys are going to do is you are going to open the assignment in Schoology titled Step 2, Constitution Activity. This assignment is going to give you the opportunity to closely examine the first 3 articles of the Constitution. And that is what you're going to do today and tomorrow. And I look forward to seeing everybody on Thursday in WebEx. Otherwise, have a great day.